All right, so let's give a little rest to the body. Make yourself comfortable. And take 5, 6 deep, aware breaths. And allowing ourselves to more fully arrive where we are, in the room, in the car. Relaxing the eyelids, the face. Just being with the contents of this moment as it is, the sounds, the energies in the body we carry, the thoughts, but not doing anything about them. Not trying to control, change, just for a little bit of time. The only task is to stay consciously here, noticing our experiencing this moment. And introducing this pointer, the classic pointer, to let everything be as it is. Let go, trying to let go of anything. Letting everything be as it is now. And seeing the mind and the body and even the world as waves. Not trying to change the waves. Just witnessing the waves with loving acceptance. Whenever you catch yourself, you drifted somewhere else, just notice, be glad you notice, and returning to the here and now. This invisible, silent, aware stillness as this aware container in which these waves are happening in the body, in the mind. As we sit like that, some of us, we may notice that there are energies in the body that are maybe unpleasant or Bringing more presence to it and fully accepting those energies like a special guest at the door of your presence, like a squirmy child, hungry, itchy, upset. You can really open the door. Just open the door and let them in. They're already in. Not trying to manage them, to keep them outside or keep them contained or fix them. More like welcome them. And we don't need to focus into any of these sensations. We can still have a alert, global noticing. It's actually better not to focus into something. Sensing or visualizing as if this aware presence is like a field coming from behind the body. Awareness is aware from behind you, not from the head. It's aware of the head and aware of the energies in the belly, in the chest. Double check to really open the door on these energies and release custody over what happens. They can change, expand, or they can become a feeling. Welcoming it completely. No controlling. Also, equally welcoming sounds. Notice the most distant sounds in your environment and closer sounds. If you catch yourself in a thought, just observe how it collapses at some point, noticing the dissolving of thoughts as we notice like a wave reaches the shore. Don't try to reach a different state. better state, an enlightened state. It's just more resisting. We just need to handle this moment and what it brings. And as you remind yourself to open this attention, the sense of the attention, noticing the background, like that in which all these waves are happening. Like in a mirror, there are all these reflections in objects, but they all appear in the mirror. And this presence that is aware right now is like a mirror. And the mirror is not really affected by the images in the net, no matter how fast or disturbing. You just need to relax the focus from the images or the energies and falling back into this aware openness. And notice your current emotional state. And letting it be as it is, however it is. So from this place, I would like to open a can of worms that is pressurized, that if we open it later, it's lighter. So we can use this inquiry to pop it a little bit open, like a reverse inquiry, KI style. And we can say this a few times and just seeing what comes. There's nothing that I'm ashamed of. It's nothing I regret, how I handle things, how I treated people. It's nothing I'm ashamed or who feel guilt around. So try this, you can drop it into your own field. There's nothing I'm ashamed of. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't hurt anybody. Let your mind bring any recent or ancient sense of, oh fuck, man, whatever, how we acted unconsciously, selfishly, innocently, ultimately create suffering. And bring up other item, let this open a little bit. Something else that weighs on me, or I forgot about it, but it's in there. And allowing images, memories, reactions in the body. Just watch a movie with feelings. And see the one that you feel the worst about. What's the worst? You feel the worst about this thing. Oh my God, I've done this when I was younger, or a week ago, or whenever. I feel worst about this, and let it come up here. And let your mind bring up images, forgotten. I mean, if it's a lot and it's overwhelming, you can't witness, you can also tap on your forehead as you watch the images, only if it's too much. And what else? In your relationships, or how they ended. To make it more crisp, you can use this inquiry, like, that really brings up this energy up. Like, if we were to say this, I want everybody to know. I want everybody to know this one. I want everybody to know that. And welcome the sense of know and energies in the body somewhere, the belly, in the chest. Welcome, allow, staying in, witnessing. And whatever energies in the body, this shame or regret or something else, self-hatred or something, treat this as other children, more ragged. Open the door to them. And can we be willing to feel them and allow them? So see, there is a pattern of these things that weigh on you. If there is a recurring pattern of a certain behavior pattern, do we feel shame or regret? If we were to go back, we would do it differently. We can use some more inquiry just to make sure we don't resist it. Like, I'm willing to feel and allow this energy now. I'm willing to feel and allow this now. Do the best to allow it. And ultimately, there is some basic innocence, some unconscious innocence that did that, certain patterns, certain traumas. So try to see what kind of deficiency story or whatever story drove that unskillful interaction. What story drove that? What deficiency identity drove that? At that time. Let it become clear, witness it, just being conscious, honest. What was I trying to get or avoid through that behavior? And keep allowing energies in the body. And notice that there's still this borderless awake space, still here, still holding this content. So whatever pattern we had in behavior that was hurtful or fuck up, like see what was the utility of that at that time? What was the seeming utility of that? And see the childhood correlation or your adaptive strategy in action. Yeah, so whatever comes, my words may prompt things. So we feel it, see it, and just stay as the awareness watching this stuff. Don't justify, don't get into it, don't stick to it. What was the cost of that pattern of behavior, disadvantage of that? Yeah, how did they impact you or your relationships? Whatever came, welcome, feel. What were some of the lessons we learned? I'm sure that you learned some lesson from it. The lesson of the pain. What was the lesson? Not because that's how it is to be a good boy, but it's like a hard earned lesson showered with suffering. That the lesson is yours. It's your experiential wisdom. But also some of us, we don't learn from it. We just retract or pull out, or we avoid now. People avoid this, avoid that. So check for that too. If there's any dysfunctional lesson here or avoidance. And see what is the function of that. What's the utility of that? And whatever energies are in your body, you can use this inquiry just to make sure we don't squirm. It's okay to feel this now. I don't need to get rid of it. It's okay to feel and allow energy now. Let it wash over you. Let it do what it wants. And notice that there is also this aware background in which these things bubble in and out, but it is not affected ultimately, like the mirror. So those things that we've done, if we were to boomerang this, like what ego boomerang, what the fact that I done that, what does it mean about me? And let your conditioning reveal its colors. What does it mean about you? And whatever it is, just witness it. Not sticking to it, just the meaning, the punishing meaning. Yeah, what's the utility of believing that? What's the utility of believing that meaning? Whatever we observe, that's not really the whole you. We are watching our illusory programming. Facing it. So try this inquiry now. I don't need to beat myself up or punish myself anymore about that. I don't need to punish myself or beat myself up about that anymore. I don't need to do that. And if there's any objection, that's very nice that you catch it. If it comes now, I need to suffer, I need to be punished. Just seeing that, witnessing it, allow the energy. And what's the seeming utility of this Christian thing? I need to suffer, I need to punish myself so that what? What's the utility of doing that? And whatever arises, allow yourself to be interested in that which is aware of it. That's there too. Which is ultimately all forgiving.
That's so sweet.
And whatever is happening in your field, just let it happen, being conscious. So let's close with this inquiry, or set of inquiries, and really say it a few times inwardly and see what comes, and whatever is fine. Don't need to fix it in the inquiry, we just make conscious these things. I am willing to forgive myself completely for that. I am willing to forgive myself completely. And welcome any feeling. If there's any objection, just let it pass through. And if there's any no, or not yet, like, see, why not and when? What will it take for you to forgive yourself for that? What needs to happen? Besides doing the best to not do it again. Maybe something needs to happen, maybe something, maybe not. I'm willing to forgive myself completely. For we didn't know what we're doing at that time with that level of consciousness. We didn't know. And if there is any yes, see if you can almost ritually kind of touch that part of the body that holds the guilt, the heaviness, and almost like I forgive you. I forgive you. I accept the past, learn from it, and I vow to do better.
Decided to run.
Because very likely there's a younger child identity kind of pulling the shit. See if you can accept it and caress it, embrace it in your forgiving acceptance, love. Yeah, the great sages, they say that it's all forgiven. It's just we are holding ourselves hostage. It's all inside job. And we need to suffer it until we don't need to do it anymore. And at this point, kind of forget about all of this inquiry, opening the attention and resting back into the sense of being effortlessly aware. Not thinking, not doing. Just living in the now. Is any residual energies in your body? Just open your attention and let them do whatever as we spaciously feel. And let the breath bring some soothing, nourishing balm. And we can gradually allow yourself to externalize attention by opening the eyelids. Looking, which means being aware with the seeing sense. Looking and no need to, no memory, no need of commentary. All right. Thank you.